Well, students, today we are going to discuss another important topic of beard, which is adolescence. Right, guys? So under this topic, we will cover meaning of adolescence. Then we will cover emotional, social characteristics or development of adolescents. And in last, we will cover need and problems of adolescents. Right, guys? Growth and development lectures we have already covered, in the last class. This topic comes under the growth and development, right, in a unit 1. Right, guys? So we are going to start the adolescents. So guys, adolescents, basically, it is derived from the Latin word adolescere, right? The meaning of adolescere is to grow up, to nourish up, to grow up. The meaning of a adolescere. Okay. So what is adolescent? Adolescent, basically, it is a transitional age of rapid physical and psychological human development, generally occurs between childhood and adulthood. Right, guys? Basically, we say na teenage. Teenage starts from 13 to 19. Hana? Most probably we say that these are the adolescents age. So that age basically comes between childhood and adulthood, right? So now we do the definitions of adolescents. So guys, there is a big name, Stanley Hall. You can write Stanley Hall, the definitions given by the Stanley Hall. He said that regarding the adolescent as a period of great strain and stress, storm and strife. Means that in the age of adolescents, there is a lot of storm going on inside, because you all have gone through this age, right? This is a very important definitions given by the Stanley Hall. Adolescent as a period of a great strain and stress, storm and strife. Right, guys? So before going ahead, you should know that some main stages of the adolescent, right? So basically, generally we categorize the stages of adolescence in the 3 parts. Number 1 is early adolescence. It comes between 9 to 13 years. Number 2, mid adolescence, comes between 14 to 15. And third is late adolescence, between 16 to 19. In this age, adolescence becomes the adult, right? So in the early adolescent age, in the 9 to 13 years, what happens with the adolescents? You should know that this stage is characterized by a spurt of growth and development of secondary sexual characteristics, right? Badi teji se, very swiftly. And in fact, female gets the growth and development more than the male, okay? Early than the male, you can say. Second, mid-adolescence, it comes between 14 to 15 years. Guys, this age is distinguished by the development of separate identity from the parents, new relationships with peer group, and the opposite sex and experimentation. Means what happens in this age? Adolescent starts making a new relationships with the peer groups, with the opposite sex, right? And last is the late adolescent. It comes between 16 to 19, right? What happens in this stage? Means in this stage, adolescent have fully developed physical characteristics similar to adult and have formed a distinct identity and have well-formed opinion and ideas. Now, decision-making ability of adolescents becomes very mature at the age of up to 19, right? Now the adolescents have fully developed the physical characteristics like adults, right? And he has made his identity also, right, in this stage. So you should know about, these all 3 stages of adolescents, okay? Now we move to the, what are the emotional and social characteristics or developments of adolescents, right? You know that now adolescent, as the Stanley Hall has said, that it is a period of a great stress and strain, on a storm and strife. So there is a lot of changes going on, inside the body of, female and male in the age of a adolescence. So it is in our syllabus. What are the emotional characteristics or developments of the adolescents, or social or characteristics or developments of the adolescents, right, guys? So how we will do? First, we will discuss the emotional characteristics or development of adolescents. Then we will come to know that what are the social characteristics or developments of adolescents, right, guys? So what these are the emotional characteristics of developments of adolescents, right? So I have given this 8 or 9 points. You can see it. These all the points that comes under the emotional characteristics or developments of adolescents. You can notice that, you can see that such kind of, these all the points, such kind of emotional developments going inside the adolescents. Number one, heightening of emotions, mood swings. Third is emotional unstable, high hopes and desires, more sensitive and sense of belonging, expressing emotions, irrational thinking, changes in attitude, interest, and interpersonal relationships. Right, guys? So we discussed a little bit, okay, how it happens, right? We start from the heightening of emotions. So guys, this is a such kind of a age where our emotions are on the peak, are on the ninth cloud. Anna, you have seen that. Even the emotions of a love, anger, anxiety, fear. Anna, being adolescents, there is a heightening of emotions. If we hates to someone, we hate strongly. If we love someone, we love intensely. Anna, in the age of adolescents, because there is a lot of emotional things, Anna, going on inside the adolescents. And number second is the mood swings. And you have seen that, that in this age there is a fluctuating in the moods. There is a moods, feelings fluctuate very frequently in this age. In a 1 minute, what happens? An adolescent is up in the clouds, and in the next, he is in the depth of despair. Anna, you have seen that. Well, he start talking like that. Well, he will achieve each and everything. And in the second minutes, he comes down and he say that I cannot do this. Anna, you have seen that, such kind of mood swings among adolescents. Third point is the emotional unstable. Guys, in this age, adolescents are, emotions of the adolescents are not under control, right? Matlab, you have seen that there is an outburst of a temper. Anna, you have often noticed that they cannot tolerate even the over strictness of the parents and the teachers, right? That's why now, before starting this lecture, Anna, I'm telling you what is the educational psychology. Our education is full of problems. There is a lot of problems of the syllabus, curriculum, teachers, teaching methods, students. Students come from the different states. There's a lot of problems in the teaching learning process. But when these problems we solve with the help of the psychological principles into the field of the education, it is called educational psychology, right? So emotional unstable means in this age, student, they cannot tolerate the over strictness. Okay, how you have to give your lecture, right? How you have to modify the behavior of the students psychologically, right? Number fourth is high hopes and desires, right? So you have seen that there is a expectations, desires remain in the world of fantasy and daydreaming. And adolescents, whole of the day they start thinking, they have to go in this line, they have to go in this line, right, guys? So a lot of desires comes in the mind of the student. And guys, here I just want to tell you one important thing, right? Desires can be many, but talent can be one or two. Okay, if we say that now this is a unique talent, it means desires can be 100 of desires, can come in the mind of the person, but talent is one or two. So guys, you have to find out your talent, not the desire. For example, you have the talent of the teaching, but you have the desire to become a film actor. But your talent is the teaching. You are not aware of all the things to become a film actor, like dancing, each and everything, right? So that's why now it is said that when our students, they clear the matriculations, yeah, during that time there is a need of a counseling. So counseling plays a very important role. Even the career counseling plays a very important role. Okay, and you have seen that in our society, now when they clear our 10th class, okay, then they start thinking on the time of the admission where they have to go, either in the science field, commerce field, and other field, right? So there is a lot of a high hopes and desires. Next, more sensitive and sense of belonging. You have seen that adolescents, they are more sensitive, okay, and they have the strong belongingness. They have the strong belongingness to their peer group. They are the there is a lot of group loyalty. You can see among the adolescents when he feels very strongly, right? When he feels very strongly, and when they react with the peer group, they react very vigorously and expressing emotions. You have seen they start expressing the emotions every time, right? Irrational thinking. Okay, even the decision making, capability, decision making, you can say that skills are not developed. What they do that, they start taking decision of this particular things, even they don't have the knowledge of this. Okay, so such kind of a irrational thinking, you can see that among adolescents. Change in attitude, interest, and interpersonal relationships. Okay, so there is a lot of changes in the attitude, interest, and interpersonal relationships, right guys? So these all the things happens among the adolescents. So what we should do, being parents, being mothers, being father, okay, father should act as a friend, mother should act as a friend of adolescent, right? When we don't act like a friend, so they cannot tell their problem to us openly. So what happens, this is the reason they try to go into the company, and we don't know whether the company is a good or bad, right guys? So being teacher, you should know all the emotional characteristics or developments which happens during the age of a adolescents, right? Why you are thinking that, why this is in our syllabus? Because guys, teaching is a B.Ed is a teaching methodology course, right? And unless or until you don't have the knowledge of this, you cannot teach effectively. You know that now we have done the topic of a teaching. So in a teaching, we have done the nature characteristics of the teaching, like teaching is a interactional process. Teaching is a tripolar process. And a lot of, okay, during that time now one point came in my mind, and I said to you, okay, write this point and make number one. The point was, know your subject. Subject means student. So always remember, okay, the first thing of the teaching is that it does not matter, guys, how much knowledge you have or not. Are you getting my point? If you are a teacher of English, commerce, computer, okay, it does not matter. Research is saying that. I'm not saying, I'm not alone. I'm not saying. Research says that the matter is that you should have knowledge of your audience. You should have knowledge of your children. You should have knowledge of your students. Of if you have the 30 students in the class, you should know the 30 minds. If you know the 30 minds, then you can teach according to the need and interest of the students, and only then your teaching becomes successful, right guys? So next we talk about social characteristics or development of adolescents, right? Emotional characteristics or developments we are done. Okay, so under the social characteristics or developments of adolescents, the first point is that building relationships. You are aware of that. In this age, adolescent starts making the relationship with the opposite sex, with the members of different societies, right? This is the age of increased social relationships and contacts. They develop good amount of a social sense. They start giving in giving their ideas, opinions in the, in the society matters, they come to know that, they have developed such kind of a, relationships. Social interest, they start, taking the social interest, they start attending the parties, celebrations, where the member of the both sexes meet. They discuss the social evils, social problems openly and freely. You have seen that in the schools, they start making union. This thing should not be happened. So such kind of a social things, they start discussing openly and freely. Number third is sexual maturity. They becomes very conscious of his or her sex. They want to have a friendship with member of the opposite sex, right? In this age of adolescent. Seeking social approval. Guys, you have seen that on this age, adolescent age, they seek the approval of from the parents, teachers, from the elders. They want, they should be respected by, they should be praised by the parents, they should be praised by the teachers. Okay, well, forcefully you cannot teach. So what teaching is a, what is the definitions of the learning? Learning is the modification of behavior. And what is a teaching? Teaching means stimulating the learning power of the student, right? And learning means modifications of the behavior. You cannot modify the behavior of the student forcefully. Only you can modify the behavior of the student psychologically, right? And of the psychologically, you should have the knowledge of this. These all the syllabus we are doing that, right? Seeking social approval. For example, in a class, well, I'm giving you the, example also so that, concept would be clear more to you. Guys, in your class, if you have a class of a 30 student, you should know the name of the each and every person. And you have seen that when you say that, okay, Neha, please tell me the answer of this. They feel very happy. Okay, when you start naming them, it is a one method. Okay, please tell me. You say in the class. But you are taking the name, right? If they give the answer, okay, they have given the right answer, you are smiling. Do you know that your smile, how much it pays? It is a, guys, it is a technology. Smile is a technology. Technology doesn't mean you have to teach with the help of a computer, internet, and gadgets, right? If the student gives the right answer, okay, you can smile, you can appreciate the student. Such kind of a technology becomes the source of motivation among the students. They start learning, right? Spirit of a selfless services. The next point is that this age, that they start such kind of a thing without, selfish motive. Adolescents comes in front, they develop the sense of sympathy, sense of cooperation, obedience, in the company of a society members, right? Next point is the group loyalty. This point we done in the emotional characteristics, searching for identity. This point has already done it. Means, what happens in this age of a adolescent, I'm discussing the searching for identity. Means adolescent wants that, they should have the, self identity. Okay, they should be recognized by their effort, right? So they start making such kind of a thing. But being of a teacher, you should appreciate. Yaad rakhna, guys, even you don't have the knowledge, complete knowledge over your content matter, okay, but you know how to appreciate the person. The appreciation, okay. What happens, there is a, one research, okay. When you say to any of the person, start criticizing this person, okay, even he can fill the, 4 or 5 pages. And if you say that, okay, start praising that person, even the other group couldn't write even a single page, right? Guys, develop this sense of appreciation. Okay, start giving appreciation to every person. Okay, when in the teaching line, when you start giving the appreciation, teaching means giving. You are going to modifying the behavior of the student. How it possible? It does not possible with your knowledge. It does not possible with your content knowledge. It is possible only when you teach with the need and interest of the student. This is the main, purpose of the teaching. That's why now, it is said that teaching is not everybody's cup of tea, because you should have the emotional intelligence. You can write this point, Hana. Earlier we in this, in any of the lectures, now I told you that you should have knowledge of emotional intelligence. What is emotional intelligence? It means you have the control over your emotions, as well as you should know the emotion of other person. This is called emotional intelligence. If you have this, you can teach effectively, right? So guys, always remember, great teacher inspires the student, right? So next point is peer pressure, looking for new experience, thinking more about right and wrong. Hana, these points are very much clear to you, right? So there is a lot of a peer pressures, Hana. Sometimes in the company of, persons, Hana, peer groups, they take such kind of a decision, Hana, later on they becomes very risky, right? They always try to involve themselves in the, new experiences. And, a lot of times they start thinking about right and wrong. So these all are the, social characteristics or developments, happens among adolescents during the age of the adolescents. And, emotional characteristics or developments, we are done it. And now social characteristics and development is done, right? Next slide is talking about needs and problems of adolescents, right? In our syllabus, it is written needs and problems of adolescents in Indian context, right? So I have, made all the points, keeping in view that the Indian context. Okay. So what are the need and problems of in adolescents? Okay. Now you are aware of what is adolescents, what is the meaning of adolescents. Okay. Definition of a Stanley Hall, right? And, three categories of the adolescents. You are aware of the emotional characteristics or a developments of a adolescents. Then you are aware of the social characteristics and developments of adolescents. Now the question arises, what are the needs and problems of adolescents? Okay, which you have to tackle, right? So the number one is need for love. Guys, in this age, okay, there is a need of a love. They want, okay, even the teacher, even the parents, even the, elders, they should, care the adolescent. They should love the adolescent. They need the security. Okay, because now what happens, there is a lot of emotional activities going on, Anna? Social activities is going on. So they don't have, even they cannot develop the decision making power during the adolescent. Okay, so they are insecure basically. So guys, being teacher, being elders, being parents, you have to make them, you are secure. Okay, do this thing, we are with you. Okay, you shouldn't lose your temper. Need for freedom and independence, right? So they always need the freedom and independence. Okay, you cannot teach with, over strictness, on the adolescents. Need for self expression and achievement. Okay, means being teacher, you should give more and more, opportunity, more and more exposure to the students, so that, okay, they can, express their self. Okay, it does not mean, every time you have to teach like that. Okay, in the same kind of teaching you have to teach. Sometimes, okay, you can come in the class and you can say that, okay guys, this topic you have to prepare next time, next day you can say that, okay, the particular one student, they have to tell, to whole of the class. Okay, with the help of a debate, with the help of a discussion. Guys, there is a lot of varieties in the teaching. Okay, teaching doesn't mean, see from the, content matter and pouring into the mind of the student, right? Need for recognitions and approval, we are done under the, social characteristics or developments. Need for social life, adjustment problem. Yes, the most important is adjustment problem. Guys, in this age of adolescent, there is a adjustment problem, right? So being teacher, you have to, you know uh, give such kind of a platform where they can adjust themselves, right? So you can't unless or until, first of all, you should have knowledge of their mind, na? Psychology, na? You should have knowledge of psychological knowledge of the, person's mind. Only then you can find out, what is the problem, where is the problem, then you provide the solution, right? So again, I give the example of a Tare Zameen Par, a movie, by the Amir Khan. There is a, one person's having the problem of it, dyslexia, right? Well, nobody understood the problem of that person. There is an adjustment problem. And if you have seen the movie, you know that na, well, there is a problem, dyslexia problem among the, that particular boy, I think Ishan, right? So what happens? You have seen that when the mother, giving the, assistance to the Ishan to do that work. So what happens? He was not taking the interest. Actually, basically, there was a problem. There was an adjustment problem, but mother couldn't understand the, that particular problem. Every person, they start scolding the person. Even the teachers, even the parents, scolding each and every time. So you know that, guys, when you scold the person, or when you say that persons, you cannot do anything, you are the persons who have killed the, everything of the student. Even the, self confidence, you have shattered the student by saying such a word, right? So you should have, psychological knowledge. Only then you can know the problem of the student. Then you should give such kind of a platform where their problem can be solved, right? Adjustment difficulties with school discipline. Sometimes even the, schools and colleges now, when they have, more discipline, so students cannot get, more excel. They cannot get a, you cannot find a good results among those, schools, even the teachers, if they teach to the students with the help of, over strictness and, such kind of a disciplines. Even, guys, you should have knowledge of a psychology, right? Financial problem, friendship problem, sex problem, physical problem, childhood, adulthood conflict. So these all the things, happens in the mind of the students. Okay. So guys, these all the points talks about the needs and problems of adolescents, right? After doing the B.Ed, you have to interact with the adolescents. Do you know that? Okay. You have to teach to the classes of the 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. So they all are the adolescents. Okay. You don't have to teach to the adults, right, guys? So that's why you should have knowledge of these all the things. Okay, guys, thank you so much. So in this lecture, we are done with, guys, we are done with meaning of adolescents, right? And, definition of a Stanley Hall. Then we discuss about emotional and social characteristics or a development of adolescents. And in last, we talk about need and problems of adolescents, right, guys? So thank you so much, guys, for this lecture. Thank you. So I'm going to stop this recording, right, guys?